Good morning, guys. So today we're going to do a houseplant tour video. So I'm going to walk you around the house and show you all the different plants that I have growing here inside. I just started collecting plants in like March of this year, right before the whole lockdown thing started. So I have accumulated quite a few plants in a short amount of time. So let's hop right in. All right, so let's start here in the dining room area. This is our dining room table here. So down below we have a little moonshine snake plant who was actually part of another moonshine snake plant that I'll show you later. This is a little Chinese evergreen who has been super not cool to me. They're supposed to be super easy, but this little guy has definitely struggled. He's lost a lot of leaves. You can see each one of these little rings like there was a leaf here, but he's finally starting to put off some new growth and hopefully he will not die on me. This is a Dieffenbachia Camille, which my husband actually got me for Mother's Day this year. He's getting a little big for this spot, but that's where he lives for now. Up top here, this is a Monstera Adansonii, just one little vine, and he's finally starting to like wrap himself around this little trellis thing I've made for him. This is another snake plant. I'm not sure exactly what kind, but yeah, snake plants are supposed to be super duper easy, and he has grown to zero. He's like one of the first plants I got back in March, and he has grown like not at all. This here is my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, who I love. He's beautiful. He started out as this teeny tiny little puny thing, and he's growing so big, and he's constantly putting off new growth. Of course, right now, this was the newest leaf, but he'll have a new leaf coming off there soon enough, but he's so cute. I love him. This is Peter the Peace Lily. He's the only plant in the house who has a name, but he's the first big plant that I bought, and he lives here in the corner from the very beginning, and he's on this cute little pedestal thing. Super cute. You can see his leaves are kind of mad at me. Pretty much all the tips are brown in some way. They've been like that since I got him though, so I don't know what his problem is. And he's finally putting off a new flower. This is his third flower or I guess it's technically not called a flower, but he's starting to unravel here. This was my first Monstera, and he was a teeny tiny little thing when I got it, but now he's finally getting his split leaves. He's got two pretty split leaves. I need to go through and like clean the leaves of my plants. They're like dusty and not cool, but yeah, I had him on like a trellis kind of thing, like how I have that Adansonii, but I decided to take him off the trellis and just stake him with one pole here. So I've just kind of wrapped one of these fuzzy pipe cleaners around him, and he's been doing fine. I've got a new leaf coming in there, but yeah, I was so happy to start seeing these split leaves finally come in. He's one of the first plants I got as well back in March, so it's taken this long to start getting some actual splits in his leaves. And he's actually leaning too much, so I need to face him away from the window and turn him around. This guy here is another Monstera. This is a cutting off of a big Monstera that I have upstairs. And he just put off this beautiful new leaf. Look how pretty it is. It's so perfect. You know, like no boo-boos anywhere. It's just gorgeous. So it's doing really, really well. This is one of my favorite things, guys. This is one of my favorite things, waking up and seeing the little water droplets coming off the leaves. Makes me feel like we're in a jungle in here. And up top here in this corner, I have my Philodendron Brazil, which has the pretty stripes and multicolored leaves. So beautiful. I love this guy. He's the first like trailing plant that I bought that was actually already trailing when I got him. So he's so pretty. I love it. But yeah, you get some leaves that are like a lot of the like lime color and ones that are more of the dark color. Okay, so let's move over here in the kitchen. This little tray is like my special baby plant tray. This is like where the little guys who need some help or like some propagations, like just the little tiny plants stay. This is a tiny jade plant who actually like fell off of, or maybe was broken off of my big jade plant. So I stuck him in some soil and he's been doing pretty good. He's been growing pretty big. He was so tiny when I moved him over here. Next is what is this? I can't remember what this is. Pilea, maybe? It's a cutting from one of my sister's plants, and she gave it to me, and he's supposed to be rooting in here, so we'll see if he does anything. He hasn't died, so he must be doing something. And then this little guy here is just to kind of take up space. He's not really like a specialty plant like the other two. But this guy is a black cardinal philodendron, which I thought would be a lot darker. It's supposed to have really dark leaves, but this guy, I don't know. He's not really that dark. So maybe that just happens with age, or maybe he's not really a black cardinal. Who knows? Over here, I just have a little golden pothos, which doesn't have a lot of gold on it, but this just kind of came out when I was repotting my other golden pothos. And so I was like, I'll just put it in its own little thing and see if it takes off. And it's finally, just the last month or so, started putting out actual, like vining. So that's been nice. And over here, this is my prized possession who hates my guts. This is my Calathea White Fusion, who, when I got her, she was gorgeous. Then she started doing all this crispy edge stuff, and she hated me. And she was looking terrible. And then all of a sudden, like the past month or so, she's finally started taking off again, and she's doing okay. She prefers rainwater. That's what I've been doing with her lately, but just look at her leaves. Aren't they gorgeous? It was just too pretty to pass up. Like, I know that everybody says, like, oh, they're difficult plants. They're, like, super picky. And yes, she is super picky. But she's so pretty. I couldn't just pass her up. Look at those beautiful leaves. So, yeah, she still has some crunchy bits. She's still not, like, as full as she was when I first got her. Look at that one. That's, like, almost all white. Oh, so pretty. But, yeah, she's picky. But she's beautiful. So, this is where I keep her. And just in case you guys are wondering, this is north facing. So north facing window is what all of these plants in here get. So up top here, I have this is an Enjoy Pothos who's vining on top of the shelf there. And then this is one of my favorite favorites. This is a philodendron, what are you called? Velvet? What is it called? Micans, philodendron micans. But they're like, I can hardly reach it. They're the softest, velvety, beautiful little leaves. And when they come in, they're like slightly more like yellowy looking, like golden looking. Like, they are gorgeous. I love this thing. I wish I had like 10 of these. And then over on the top of this shelf here, I have a regular like philodendron heart leaf who is growing pretty big now. Look at all those leaves. Still on a north-facing window. This is the living room. I have a little Hoya carnosa maybe. It's just pretty standard little Hoya. Getting some new growth up there. Teeny tiny baby leaves. And then this guy is the golden pothos, who I took that little bit from in the kitchen. But like I said, he doesn't have a lot of golden speckles. So yeah, just a little bit of golden speckles on this one. Nothing too crazy. And this one has taken a long time to start vining. This was also one of the first plants that I got. And this guy just now has started putting off some actual like vines. You see the hummingbird? So up here, this is my south-facing window, but we have a porch over there, so it's not super sunny here. But this is another Enjoy Pothos. And this is an ivy, an English ivy, who I saved from the clearance section at Lowe's. Okay, so this guy here is a ficus, Golden Gate ficus, I think. And it's been like training like bonsai kind of. And my husband picked this up. He saw it and he liked it, so he bought it, which was kind of crazy because he like hates all of our plants, but he liked this one. This guy here is a caladium. I'm not sure exactly what type. I just got a bag of caladium bulbs, and this was one of the ones that I happened to get, a really pretty white one. Here is my little aloe, who I've had for several years. This was one of the first houseplants I ever bought before I even like got into houseplants. And since I've gotten more houseplants and learned to take care of them better, he's been taking off awesome because he felt kind of neglected before. But he's so pretty in his cute little pot. I love that little pot. This is one of my newest additions. This is a tea plant, Hawaiian tea plant, or cordyline, I think is the technical name. But yeah, look at those leaves. I mean, look at them. It like glows. It is so gorgeous. I love that guy. He is beautiful. And I think he was only like $5 at Home Depot or something. Like, oh, I just love him so much. Here is my jade plant, who, like I said, a little piece of it broke off and I was taking care of it on the windowsill in the kitchen. This is another caladium, super duper pretty. Like I said, I just had a bunch of bulbs and planted them in pots, and it was just the luck of the draw. Whatever colors we got, you can see out on the front porch I have another one. I have a bunch of them all together, a bunch of different colors in one pot on the front porch. This is, what are you? A Chinese money tree? Just like a money tree? I'm not sure exactly what this one is. But this was actually my sister's. She got one in the mail and it lost all of its leaves. And so she like told the company, and so they sent her another one. So she gave me the old one, but he's taken off like awesome. I mean, he's got like really great growth and he looks super cool. And she even gave me this pretty pot to put him in, which I love. So yeah, he's all braided together. Super cute. This is an anthurium, and I thought I really wanted this guy, but after I got him, I was kind of like, whatever about him. Like, I'm not really in love with him. I don't know what it is. Like, the leaves are pretty, but like, I'm not so much a fan of these little guys. I don't know what it is. I'm just like, kind of like, whatever about this guy. If it died, I would not be sad. This is a burgundy rubber plant, I believe, and it was a teeny tiny little thing when I first got it, and he has got these big old leaves starting to come in, so he's getting really big and pretty. He's actually like 3 little trees together. You can see there's like several of them. Alright, so let's head upstairs to the other little plant section. This is another north facing window. My house only has north and south windows, so it kind of sucks for having houseplants, but whatever. This is a neon philodendron. I gotta show you guys this. This little leaf. Look at all the variation. Look at the different colors in that leaf. He's supposed to just be like plain old, you know, like lemon lime colored, but he's got this one cute little leaf. I just discovered it like 2 days ago, and it's so adorable. And if you guys are wondering, I've made like all of these hangers, so I don't have any links to where you can buy them because I've just made them myself following YouTube tutorials and the like. Okay, so this is my love. This is my giant monstera who I got for only $25, and he was kind of sad. He had some leaves that needed to be taken down. So yeah, when I first bought him, he was in a kind of a sad state. I had to chop a bunch. And then I also took 2 different cuttings. You saw one of the cuttings downstairs, and I gave another cutting to my sister, and he's still massive. And I only paid $25 for him, which is like a super deal. But I love this guy. I've been trying to stake him up a little bit. He's got like 3 different stakes in here, just trying to keep him a little bit under control because he like really splays out if he's not like holding on to something. This is another Chinese evergreen. I think it's a silver bay. And I thought I really wanted this guy, but he's another plant that I'm kind of like, whatever about. I feel like he's just so big. It's kind of awkward. Like, he's just hard to place around the house when you don't have like a ton of space, you know, unlimited space. But he's beautiful. He is pretty. I mean, I love the like almost gray, like blue in his leaves. Like, it's gorgeous, but I'm still just like, whatever about him. Here's another Dieffenbachia Camille. This is the first one that I bought, and then when my husband bought the other one downstairs for my for Mother's Day, he was like, I didn't think you had one like that, but I have one like that. It's this guy right here. And he took a while to take off. He was like really mad at me in the beginning, but I switched out his pot, and he seems to be a little happier. He's growing really tall. This is just a little palm. I think it's a parlor palm, but I bought it at Aldi, and it didn't have like a real label on it, so that's that. I feel like he's kind of stunted his growth lately. This is one of my favorites. This is my Philodendron Congo Rojo. He's coming up with a new leaf here, but he's so beautiful. Big, beautiful, really like heavy duty, thick leaves. He's gorgeous. I love this guy. And he has the beautiful red stems. So pretty. This is another philodendron. This is my other black cardinal that actually like came with that little black cardinal that was down in the kitchen. He's a little bit bigger than the last one. Like I said, the black cardinals are supposed to be like really dark leaves, but mine are not so dark, so I don't know what that's about. This is an Arrowhead Maria, I believe, and it just has really dark leaves. This guy has always kind of given me trouble. Like, he loses leaves every once in a while. He hates me. I don't know why, but I mean, he's fine. He's survived, but there's a new leaf coming in here. That's a really, really big one. But yeah, just darker, pretty dark, like almost like black little leaves in there. This is my other arrowhead. This is an Arrowhead Berry Illusion, but mine doesn't actually have a lot of the berry color that you can get in an arrowhead like this. It's just kind of plain looking, but it does have, you know, like this leaf is like totally different than the other ones, so it's really pretty to like see the surprise of a new leaf coming in. A couple of new leaves coming in there. This is a Dracana. I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce it. This is a Song of India, and this is his new growth here coming up. But he's another one that I was like super excited to get, but then once I got him, I was kind of like, whatever. He's not as exciting as I thought he was going to be. So into my bedroom here, this is my computer desk. So I always open up this window just a teeny bit to give this guy some light first thing in the morning. But this is my Raven ZZ plant, who just put off a bunch of new growth in the last month. So this is what it will look like once it ages, but when it comes out nice and fresh, it's super, super green. But they're supposed to be kind of low light, so that's why I think he's safe in my room. If I forget to open this a couple days, I think he'll be okay. Then lastly, we're in my bathroom upstairs. This is the other Moonshine Snake plant, who has a little pup right here. He has a little baby growing, and that's where the other Moonshine was also growing in the same pot when I got this guy. But it's just such a beautiful color. I just love it. It's like, I don't think it's even picking up on camera, but it's just like a super light, like green, almost like a blue kind of color. It's just beautiful. Love it. And then up top here on the shelf, I have this is a regular green pothos who is finally starting to vine out really well. So pretty. I love the vining ones. They're like my favorite. And this guy is one of my other favorites. So this is a Scindapsus pictus, and he has the most beautiful little silvery bits on his leaves. I don't even know if you can pick it up on camera, but they are stinking gorgeous. But this was just a teeny tiny little like 3-inch pot when I bought him, but now he's got these beautiful big vines on him. I just love him so much. I think he looks so pretty here on the window in the bathroom right next to my pothos. They look adorable together. So yeah, that's it for today's little houseplant tour. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did like it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And let me know if you want to know anything else about my houseplants. I'm not an expert. Like I said, I just started collecting them back in like March, so I'm not an expert, but I don't think I've killed any of them yet, so I think that's pretty good, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did like it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!